Hello, and welcome to another game review. Oh, Frostpunk. I have waited for you so long. Ever since it was announced, me and my friend kept talking how we will get it and play it for days upon days. And at last, it got released. It was all I expected it to be. Nice graphics that made me chill even during this time of year. Intuitive city building that visually represents the growth of your city by how far you got from the middle point, and all the way up to the citizen making paths through the snow while they gather resources. It made me immerse myself in it so much. But I had to quit after 5 or 6 hours. Not because I played too much, no. It's just I have seen everything that this game has to offer, and that is so sad. But before I get into how much this annoyed me, I will say a few nice things about the game so I don't get crucified by everybody who gave it a upvote on Steam. And seeing that it keeps getting good reviews everywhere, I'm bound to attract hate for this. So without further ado, let's see what's good about Frostpunk. First off, there are so many buildings, and the way you build them around the main heating system is quite intuitive, and it looks amazing in the later stages of the game, where you get to see automatons walking around it and people going to work every morning. Sometimes I just put the game to go on its own so I can just follow people like the Big Brother, but this game tries too much to make me feel for them. And every time anything happens, like a death or a kid getting in an accident, I couldn't care at all. With the system being like it is, and the automatons being able to work 24/7, I only ever saw them as numbers that are working on making my city as good as it can be. That would explain why I went the utilitarian route and just made sure that everything ends up well. And even though all of them had names, there were too many people to ever care about a specific individual, as the game kind of hoped that I will do. But after I stopped caring and actually started working efficiently, everything became quite easy and streamlined. I built just enough of everything to keep the city growing. People were never happy, but they were never too angry, and so I managed to breeze through the game quite fast. And before anyone asks, yeah, I played on normal difficulty with only demands set to easy. I did try a few new games set to medium to hard, but there was nothing fun to be had when replaying this. The moral choices don't matter, and it's always the same stuff: heat the homes, give food, don't beat up the civilians, and so on. And even the law system isn't that fun. It's just the base bonuses that are numerical, and I couldn't care less about them. And the divergent paths of faith and order didn't seem to matter much either. It all ended up blending in one homogeneous grey mass that was there just to give a bit of diversity, but it ended up being something that I picked random laws from without any real strategic interest. And another thing that disappointed me was the scouting. I don't know how to explain how meaningless it is. It is like a Facebook game that I might play on my phone while playing the actual main part of Frostpunk. The thing that scouts do is just go from point to point on the, let's say, overworld map, and they can find a myriad of things like resources, humans, or automatons. And that is done by clicking on the waypoint on the map, sending your scouts there, and then exploring to retrieve all the things. And after that, returning them to the city to actually collect all the resources. And that's it. It is so bland and just feels like something attached to the game to make it feel grander. So, to wrap this all up, oh, Frostpunk. It is a game that I might have overhyped for myself, and it ended up falling short to my expectations. I do see where the good reviews come from. It does look nice and it works smoothly, but it being short and with almost no replayability at the moment, plus a lot of meaningless content, make it sadly something that I wouldn't recommend. And as always, goodbye, and thanks for listening.
Fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush.